But Yanis, what were you gonna ask me?
I was gonna tell you that I think that like in the prison, like since they don't want to give you like good food, for seasoning, you get rubbed on the floor. Take bread, scratch on the floor everywhere.
Yep. There you go. You heard what she said? The seasoning there.
And then the water is toilet water.
No, Yanis, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know what they do to freeze their food? You know what they do to keep their food cold overnight?
What?
If they have it cold in their cell, they put it in the toilet overnight because the toilet water is cold.
Yeah.
If they got milk, they'll put it in a bag and put it in the toilet to keep it cold.
They even cook inside.
They even cook inside the toilet. But they clean it really, really good.
They also talk to each other through the hole in the toilet.
They also talk through the toilet.
They'll take out all the water, they'll dry it out, and
you know what?
in the toilet.
You know what? The jails know this. The jails know this. How do you know you keep food in your cell and they don't give you a special fridge or something and help you? They want to treat them bad.
Right, there's a prison somewhere where it's just like a hotel.
Yeah,
and they treat their prisoners really good.
You know why?
Yes.
You know why they do that? I can assure you that in that country ain't no black people in there. It's probably all whites.
I need to check the country.
No, I can assure you that.
I've seen one like
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, no, not Russia. It was like
it was like Russia.
No, it wasn't no Russia.
It was cold.
It wasn't Russia. It wasn't Russia. It was like Switzerland.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like the Netherlands. Yeah, you know, ain't no black people over there. It probably is, but there's probably one out of every 100,000.
Yeah, those
like
prisoners, they did shit. They murdered people. And it's not like
some of them, they done did shit, yeah.
It's not like they're,
Yep. And they don't get life in jail either.
No, but they be extremely far away. It takes like days for me to do it.
No, you talking about the gulag. You talking about Russia. You talking about, that jail, that was crazy. Russia don't play that shit.
Not when they gotta bend down to walk. Not that place. The place also where it's nice at, it looked like a house.
Oh, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I seen that,
You gotta drive days to go see your family members.
But that's how it is here. That's how it is everywhere. You're not gonna have you around the corner from.
I mean, these jails are a little bit, unless they got them like in another state or some shit. Because also, Joseph, Pennsylvania will ship you around to other places.
Yeah, to keep you far from your family.
Keep you far from your family.
You don't just stay in one jail when you're here. Depending on the crime.
Yeah, depending on the crime. Yeah.
They'll send you to like California. You'll be everywhere. You'll just be traveling in the United States.
The lady and the guy, they was like, they just had bad behavior. They would ship them somewhere else. And if they were in a hole, when they left that jail, they go in a hole in another jail.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If they got to be in a hole for a year at the jail they was already at, they gonna be in a hole at that jail.
If they want to get rid of you, they'll get rid of you. There's a kid, right? 21 years old. 21 years old. I'm not sure what he did. In the United States, right, is a law that if you go to jail, they have to give you a quick trial. You're only allowed to be in jail for 2 years. If you commit a crime, you're only allowed to be in jail for 2 years, the longest, before the judge gives you a sentence, right? Because they're not just going to keep you in jail forever and waiting until, getting ready for your trial, right? Getting ready to sentence you. Look, imagine being in jail. There's a kid, 21 years old, right? I just seen this thing the other day. He was in the local county jail for 4.5 years. He didn't see no judge yet. He didn't see he didn't get no trial yet. He don't know what's going on with his case. He doesn't know what's going on with his case. He just been there for 4.5 years, and that's it. That's it. He don't know when he's gonna get a sentencing, and he's already been there for 4.5 years. Imagine that. You'll feel like, what the fuck? What are they doing with me? What's gonna happen with me? Or what if they're just waiting for me to check out? And what if they're just waiting for somebody to take me out in here? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? What are they planning? Because why am I still sitting here after 4.5 years, 5 years? There was a guy in there who said he got arrested. He said he never seen no judge, and he was already there for a certain amount of time. He said he didn't see no judge, no nothing. He don't even know what his charges are.
Wow.
He's just in jail. And then he was beat up too. It was a white guy. He was beat the hell up, lumped up. He had a black eye, and all that. So imagine going to jail. You don't even know what your charges are. You don't know how long you're gonna be there, and you in there getting beat the fuck up and jumped. Do you know how many lawsuits the country is like? Man, it's crazy. But that's what they go off of. This country goes off of you not knowing. That's what they go off of. That's what everything has to do with you not knowing. That's what everything has to do with. They think that you don't know. They think that, you know, you're not gonna find out. You know, the little tricks and little gray areas and stuff. That's why you always want to educate yourself. Because if that kid was smarter, he would have a way to you know, get things going. You know, he'll be able to write a letter to the fucking judge. If he knew you know what I mean? He'll find out. He would have been found out the judge's address, home address, and he would have wrote them out or had his family go knock on the fucking door. They're not going to break any laws. They're not going to do anything illegal, you know, but excuse me, judge, I'm going to have a kid, or get a lawyer to go over there. Pay a lawyer, but look, you knock on this person's door and tell them, like, look, you're a lawyer, you know, you want to talk to them about this, you know, you have a very important person that's in their cell, is in the jail, and, you know, he has the right to a speedy trial. Everybody has the right to a speedy trial. That's the thing about the United States. You have the right to a speedy trial, so that you won't be sitting in fucking jail with your head up in the air. You know, you don't know what's next. And imagine being 21 years old and you already have been there for 4.5 years in a county jail with grown men. Because after the age of, you know, 16 years old, you're considered an adult. They charge you as an adult. There's kids that were 13 years old that were charged as adults. 13 in the United States, yes. As a matter of fact, Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, right, which mostly comes from the city of Philadelphia, right, has the most juvenile lifers in the world. That means that they have the most kids who are under 18 who are given a life sentence, who are never coming home ever again in their lives. This state of Pennsylvania has the most in the world. In the world. That's why the United States just be throwing everybody in fucking jail. Well, mostly black and Spanish. How we got, you know how many people China got, right? I mean, you know how I'll be like, just like so mind blown over their population? We got more people in jail than they do. And they got 1 billion more people than we got. And we got more people in jail than they do. Can you imagine that? And they got 1 billion more. That means they got 900 million more, 800 million. So they couldn't find 5 million more people to throw away to lock up more than we got. No, they don't play that shit over there. That's another thing though. That's the thing, that they don't play that shit. That a lot of times, yeah, you're right. They're well behaving. Also, they'll I guess they do. I don't know what they do, but it's a reason why they're not in jail. It's a reason. It's a reason why. But they people over there breaking the law. They doing shit. I mean, trust me, shit going on. But there's a reason why we got more in jail. I don't know what it is. Maybe they have a better system. Maybe they don't just lock them up and put them in jail. Maybe they send them to a psychiatric, you know, thing or something. You know, maybe it's something else that's not jail. But another reason why, though, no, you know what? They probably do send them in jail. You know what? They do send them in jail. It's just that the United States ain't shit. That's what it is. The United States sends everybody to fucking jail. Everybody. And then the number one reason is because the jails, Yosef, the jails in this country are a huge economic power. Huge. So this country makes a lot of money off of jails. A lot of money. It's big money. It's big, big money. Out of every person that's in jail, right, they get $35,000, $50,000 a year. Because they have contracts with the government that says, oh, each person is going to cost me about $40,000 to jail, to house every year. bullshit. And then think about that, right? Think about telling somebody it's gonna take me about $40,000 to house this person, and then you throw them in a fucking basement and don't give them shit but bread and water. You know how much money you're gonna save?